All right, so we are up for our next panel, which is about data and technology. And I am very happy to introduce to you guys my speakers for this panel. I would like to invite on stage Mr. Sunil Khatri, co-founder of Salon, who comes with expertise in IT and an acumen for startup businesses. Sunil is going to join us to discuss the various aspects of data technology and how to analyze it. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Vinay Meyer. He is at the helm of sales and services deliveries activities at the Asia Research Partners. Vinay's years of experience in business process outsourcing and market research has aided the successful completion of a wide variety of research projects across the globe, especially in the Asia Pacific region. He is not just an entrepreneur, but a business columnist and a technology writer too. Thank you so much for joining us today, Vinay. And my final panelist is Yuvraj Ahluwalia. Thank you so much for joining us, Yuvraj. Yuvraj is the director of Grace Beauty Clinic Private Limited, and he is at the helm of operations there, so the right person to talk about the use of technology in salons. So technology can be overwhelming, बहुत ज़्यादा कंफ्यूजिंग भी हो सकती है फॉर अ सैलून ओनर. जैसे हम सुबह से डिस्कशंस में देख रहे हैं, एज अ सैलून ओनर आपके शोल्डर्स पर बहुत सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ होती हैं. आपको सबके बारे में सब कुछ जानना ज़रूरी होता है, और अभी जो दौर चल रहा है उसमें टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती है. तो आज हमारे स्पीकर्स ये पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे आपके लिए, ताकि जब आपके पास राइट टूल्स हैं मार्केटिंग के लिए हो या ऑपरेशंस के लिए हो, you will know exactly what to do with the technology at hand. So I'll start with you, Yuvraj. How are you using technology to optimize your salon operations?
So इतने टाइम में हमने देखा है beauty industry has experienced a lot of changes, but the most recent and the most impactful change now is the IT department, data and technology. This department has taken a huge leap into every industry, and we should be the ones also getting into it. So right from your marketing to your operations to everything, it all depends on data and technology these days. Right from knowing your customer to getting your customer in. आपकी सर्विसेज जितनी मर्जी अच्छी हो वो बाद में देखेंगे, पहले आपको अपनी मार्केटिंग डाटा के थ्रू उसको अंदर लेकर आना है, which is a very difficult job these days. So anytime you open your social media networks, you see one or the other salons or artists coming in, but why you? You need to put in the right parameters in order to sell your products. And then the secondary thing comes is आप कितने अच्छे हो वो बाद में देखा जाएगा. So पहले getting the customer to your doorstep is one of the biggest challenges, but data and technology has really helped us to achieve that in a very big way.
Right. So you mentioned that आप कितने अच्छे हो ये बाद में पता चलेगा, पहले कस्टमर आपके पास आएंगे, and technology will help you with that. Can you exemplify it? कैसे होगा ये?
So I would say probably one of I won't name it, one of the biggest brands of India. Technically, I know them; they are very sound. But one of the things that the digital marketing was, I told them also कि आपकी digital marketing थोड़ा और improve हो सकता है. So they're like, नहीं, we are working on it. So आज वो brand चाहे जितना मर्जी technically बहुत अच्छा था, you don't see that brand any longer. Okay. But the newer markets which are coming in, those Gen Z guys who are coming in,
Yeah.
so I would call us also Gen Z, ज़्यादा नहीं बोलूँगा. So those guys know how to drive customers to your doorstep.
Right.
So when you drive the customer to your doorstep, then then your part starts wherein how good a service you can provide. बट
Okay.
अगर आपकी मार्केटिंग, जो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग जिसको हम कहते हैं, अगर इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, so that's not going to get the client to your doorstep anyway. So this is
Got
what
it.
I meant by your work will be judged later, but your ad is going to be seen first.
Got it. विनय, आप एक बहुत ही अलग पर्सपेक्टिव लेकर आओगे इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे. सो एज someone from a research and analyst background, beauty industry, Gen Zs, and the whole salon perspective, what is your thought process about the entire thing?
Well, so we come from a research and consulting background wherein we help various industries to understand their business, understand the competition, and how they can make a difference and how can they grow their revenues and sales. Now, well as data and technology, they both are important in any sector, be it a salon industry or any other industry. It is very important to look that. Sorry. So it is very important that we should study the data. We should have the right softwares and technologies in place so that we understand what we are doing. As he rightly said, it is हम क्या कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा important है rather than हम क्या हैं. So it is important that we should study the data. We should have the right tools and technologies in place. Say for an example, I say artificial intelligence is playing a very important role these days. Now
Yeah.
in the salon industry as well, we should implement these tools. Depending upon how big the business is, we can have these tools integrated, these softwares integrated. So a small example that I would say, these days virtual try-ons, they are too much into this business, into the salon industry, wherein the customers can look at their look how they feel, how they look, based on the softwares, based on the artificial intelligence. Other than that, we have tools like chatbots. Now, chatbots is something that gives your customers first-hand experience. So yes, so these tools and these data is very important to have it and study. CRMs, customer relationship management tools, solutionings are very important to have it with us, which gives us too much information about our customers, about how the business are doing. So once we have this data, data is what? Data is just the information.
Yeah.
Information that we get from the numbers. So we should know our numbers very well, and this is what we help industries to understand the data, how to analyze the data, and how to drive to the solutioning part from it. So it is, I guess, it is very important. Yeah.
Right. आपने artificial intelligence का mention किया, so we'll circle back to that. But I'd like to go on to Sunil now. Sunil, you come from an IT background and you have lot that you can share with the point of view of softwares that can be used. So tell us about it. How can salons adapt technology on a day-to-day level to make the most of it?
Yeah, sure. So आज के टाइम में सॉफ्टवेयर इज एवरीवेयर. लाइक आप किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में जाइए, मे बी इट ग्रॉसरी शॉपिंग, मे बी इट इज डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्री लाइक डे टू डे, लाइक लेट्स से एक्सपेंसेस ट्रैकिंग. Software is everywhere, technology is everywhere. Now salon industry has started recently use of technology, and coming from an IT background, I have been working like last 20 years I have spent in technology side, and from that I can sense like salon industry is still starting up in that technology use. Like there are various aspects of, you can, there are immense amount of data which is available all around all around us, right? For example, it comes from, let's say, the place where you are opening a salon, right? What's the demographics of that place? Like what kind of people are living in that particular locality? So you can decide, okay, what kind of services I want to give. So depending on the demographics, you can analyze the data. Let's say for the population distribution, what's the age, what's the salary, what's the employment status, what kind of like men to woman ratio, what's the age group. Depending on all that data, you make some useful information after analyzing all the data, and then you come up to a conclusion. Okay, these are the kind of services I want to give as a salon owner. These are the kind of prices I want to hit, which my client base will be able to afford. And you can take many wise decisions based on that particular summary. So similar way, there are multiple sources of data. For example, Instagram, social network like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. People keep posting their latest looks, latest pictures. They keep sharing, and people get a lot of responses on that. So you can analyze all the data. You can bring it to the salon owners, and you can present it, and salon owners can make some decisions based on that summaries and some useful information. They can sense, okay, probably this kind of looks is trending, so this is what I should be promoting services which are like which can give a wonderful look to my customers for the better customer experience. Also, there could be like many other ways you can use the technology, as Vinay just rightly mentioned. Like, there are AI chatbots where before even coming to the customer, before even coming to your salon, customers can interact with your chatbots, which are like automated chatting software. They can interact with it. They can know what kind of services you provide, what are your timings, and what do you do in this particular service, how so based on that conversation, they can make up, like, customers can make up their mind whether to go to this particular salon or not. So all this is helpful to bring that customer to your doorstep. And then, of course, once they are there in the doorstep, then you would do what, like, as a salon owner, you would give the best service. But then again, after the service, customer leaves, but then how to retain your customers? So again, there is a lot of use of technology which you can which you can do. For example, after the customer leaves, you can uh, you can keep notifying the customers for, let's say, next round of let's say as a man, I go to a haircut, right? I go for a haircut, and within like 3 months or 4 weeks, 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it's another haircut due for me. So as a salon owner, I can use the technology to be in touch with the customer, to tell them, okay, it's time for another haircut, and I can book an appointment for you. So it's all automated. There is no interaction, like no phone calling, like old ways, right? The software notifies the customer books an appointment, and then customer shows up after 4 weeks again for the next haircut. So it's all seamless experience with the help of technology, and a lot of analytics in between, which can help you grow in a better way and in faster.
Got it. So आपने जो एग्जांपल्स दिए हैं कि क्या क्या ऑटोमेट हो सकता है और उससे क्या डेटा मिल सकता है, ये तो सैलून ओनर्स के लिए रेलेवेंट है. बेस्ड ऑन दैट, युवराज, आई एम कमिंग टू यू नाउ. आप एक्चुअली सैलून में बैकएंड में ये सब एनालिसिस कैसे करते हो? क्योंकि आई थिंक अभी ऑडियंस के लिए जानना वो ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि डेटा मिल गया, टेक्नोलॉजी सॉफ्टवेयर इम्प्लीमेंट हो गए, अब उस डेटा का करना क्या है?
Right, so I'll just start from the very basic again. अगर हम कुछ भी चीज़ गूगल करते हैं, for example shoes गूगल करते हैं, so there are various companies targeting you to buy their shoes now. So similar is with the salon line. You can do the same. You don't need to pump in money for it. Even a very small budget can fetch you that data. So now you've gotten the client to your doorstep. आपने service भी कर दिया, everything's great. So after that, like sir said, कि आज उसकी सर्विस हो गई है, 6 weeks के बाद again there is another service due. A human mind will not remember that this client had to come to me today, but the software will. The software will tell you that आज इन्होंने ये service लेनी है. Last time he got that service from X guy. Now you can either call them or just send in a message, and you can start sending them reminders. So for example, somebody comes up to you and says, he's your client only for your hair services. Then you obviously can tap them for skin. You can get the data out. ये मेरे hair की service कराते हैं, ये मेरे skin, ये nails, ये makeup. So you can always send them messages of an alternate service. Hair तो ये मुझसे कराते ही हैं. Let's give them discount on skin services. Let's tap them there. I'm sure they'll be growing hair that need waxing. Let's tap them on waxing services जो वो मुझसे नहीं करा रहे. So client retention, again, you can retain your client. You can ask them to come time and again. Now you know that it's they got themselves waxed probably 15 days back. आज again उनका time है. So before the customer can even think of any other place, you just send them a message. So like this, you knock their heads कि yahi salon hai, these are the people, I like their services. So you don't give them an opportunity to look here and there. So this is how data and all the details of a client can be stored into your own softwares, and meanwhile you can stay in touch with them even by physically talking to them or speaking to them over a phone call. It's just a message and you are there into their heads again.
गॉट इट विनय, आपका जो वर्क प्रोफाइल है उसमें आप मैक्रो लेवल पे डेटा एनालिसिस करते हो, बट ऑन अ माइक्रो लेवल फॉर अ सैलून ओनर, हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल टू collate this data, analyze it and predict what trends are going to come? मतलब for a single business person ये सब कैसे possible होगा?
Right. No, very interesting question. From the standalone point of salons, बहुत मुश्किल है. There are a couple of challenges. One, they don't have the right experience and knowledge to do it.
Yeah.
Two, they don't have the right tools to do it. Three, if you go outside agency like us, you know, it'll not be cost effective solutioning to them.
Yes.
So absolutely, you know, it is very important. Like we all are talking about here कि data and artificial intelligence बहुत important है, और हम लोगों को data gather करना चाहिए, analyze करना चाहिए, but छोटे salons या standalone salon वो कैसे करेंगे?
जी.
और now there are various tools now in the market that automate the data and give it to you. Okay, so say for an example, okay, a small example is like we talk about customer satisfaction. How satisfied our customers are. There are various ways to do it, but the best methodology to do is that we design one survey. All right, like we gather customer information using their phone numbers, using their email addresses. I'm sure काफी saloners करते हैं. Right, so we can do it. We can design an online survey, and we can send a small survey for 5 minutes to the customers, asking them how was your waiting experience, how was your experience at this salon, so on and so forth. Once we send them the link and they complete that survey, you know, automatically at the end you will get the data which is automatically analyzed, and it will give you results that 70% of your customers were happy with your services, 15% of the customers did not like the wait time, so on and so forth. So आपको अब खुद अपना दिमाग यूज करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. बहुत सॉफ्टवेयर्स हैं. There are many softwares that can automate, that can help you and give you the data. All you need to do is to sit down, understand and take informative decisions. What should we do?
ओके, और एक बार ये डेटा आपने एनालाइज कर भी लिया, तो उसे हाउ डू यू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू योर मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी और योर ऑपरेशनल स्ट्रेटजी?
Okay, so now that depends upon person to person. Like what we do is we do the analysis and we present report to companies, to bigger companies. They have their team to understand and analyze the data and take decisions. Now you know, once you have the data and the analysis with you, it is up to you. You have to understand what your market is, how big your market is, what are your target customers, and what different schemes or offers you can create. What are your lean periods? You know, so whatever data you get, you have to use your brains to do it. The softwares can give you the analysis and the results. Then you have to, you know, think over it as a business owner, what to do, how to do, and when to do.
Right. I will put the same question to you, Sunil. So, yes, you have gathered the data, you have analyzed it. What next? अब उसे translate कैसे करें अपने operations में?
Yeah, so this is very specific question for the salons, right? So, what I feel is like once you have the summary report, right? So you have been suggested something, like you have been told, क्योंकि आपके customers का average response जो है probably 40% are extremely happy about for your services, right? And then rest of them are like, okay, so that's the kind of response you have got. Now, how to like take an action on it? So it's, as Vinay said, like it's up to them, right? So, but there are some corrective actions they can take, like you in the so for the analytics part. If I go back there, right, in that part, the survey was one way to get the response of the customer, like how did the feedback of the customer. But there could be other ways as well. Like for example, if the customers are talking on the social media about the services they have just received from your salon, if you are socially listening to all those interactions, you can analyze that data, right? And then you can, if you happen to get those kind of services from some, let's say, technology vendor like us, in that case, you know what people are talking about you on the different social media platforms, and then you can, see, okay, this particular customer or maybe these set of customers are talking about specifically one or two services where probably we are not doing so good, and then you take corrective actions, especially for those services. Maybe it is all due to one particular staff member which you have hired. Maybe it is time for that staff member to get, refresher training. Maybe that staff member is not doing so good. Maybe it's time to, try some other alternatives. Or maybe the products you have used, that is not so good. So you need to figure out, based on all those inputs and connect the dots. So Salon also like helps to figure out, to give that socially, like the summary data from different sources of social media, to give that, to give you that one integrated report, so that you can take all these different measures, corrective, suggestions, and based on that you can say, okay, probably the product or the staff member or maybe the schedule, maybe the duration of the service was not, it was too long.
Yeah.
One of them you will, I'm sure, with the right set of people, right set of inputs, salon owner can, figure it out.
मेरा एक बहुत बेसिक सवाल है आपके लिए. ये जो सॉफ्टवेयर है, Salon हो या सिमिलर सॉफ्टवेयर्स हो, इनका इंटरफेस क्या है? मतलब फॉर अ सैलून ओनर वो कहाँ अवेलेबल होगा? इज इट एट द point where the customer walks in? Is it in a tab, or is it at the back end where the receptionist is doing appointments? ये exactly कहाँ पर होता है सॉफ्टवेयर?
The reports will be available for the salon owners, so they have a panel, so salon owners can see what the people are talking about my salon on social media, right?
Okay.
This will be exclusive reports only available for the salon owners who are actually like subscribed for these reports. The customers will, they will get the service. Like customers already has the like a technology interface where they can go, as told, like there is a web interface where customers can look for salon, search for salon, read the reviews, see the menu card of the services, right? Digital menu card, and based on the prices and discounts, they can say, okay, I want to, try with this particular salon, and then they, customer takes the service, and after that we come into the picture. We start, generally we are already listening for socially listening,
Yeah.
for a particular salon, and then we, figure out, okay, this particular service is not getting that much, so we present this report to salon, and then salon can, connect the dots and figure it out.
Got it. Vinay, we spoke about artificial intelligence. So वो salon perspective से कैसे काम करेगा आपके according to you?
Artificial intelligence हर इंडस्ट्री के लिए अच्छा है, which is customer centric. Now customers इस समय बहुत ज़्यादा patient नहीं है, उनको जल्दी results चाहिए, उनको जल्दी interaction चाहिए. They want to be connected well. They want their appointments to be, scheduled in the right time rather than waiting in long queues. Okay, or calling somebody and saying, hey, listen, मैं भी check करती हूँ आपका appointment, so on and so forth. So there are many places जहाँ पे artificial intelligence can help you. One is gathering the customer experience, that is one. Other is scheduling your appointments, that is two. Third is, like as we talked about, virtual try-ons, which is too much into these days, wherein customers can look at their themselves and decide what to do and what not to do, what products they should use, what style they should use.
Yeah.
So I think salon industry at this moment is not using too much technology and artificial intelligence, and these are heavy words. Like if I say artificial intelligence, people feel that, this must be very expensive tool, expensive technology. But trust me, this is not. If you go, you see, depending upon what is your requirement, these solutionings are very affordable these days. So I think, yes,
So
it is
you
very
think
important.
salons should go for it?
100%, absolutely. It will increase customer experience. देखो industry इस समय What challenge are we facing? The first challenge is customer experience, customer retention. How will we get customer? How will we retain customer experience? By giving them an amazing experience from start point till the end point, and these artificial intelligence solutions play a very big role. And when you have this in your place, customers also feel, good. So I think yes,
Do,
100%
do you
solution.
think technology can be a differentiator for salons?
Absolutely, technology can be a differentiator for salons, and salon industry should look at it very seriously.
ग्रेट थैंक
Yeah.
यू युवराज, ये सारी जो डिस्कशन हो रही है, सॉफ्टवेयर इम्पोर्टेंट है, एनालिसिस इम्पोर्टेंट है, डेटा कलेक्शन इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्या इसके लिए हमें स्पेशलाइज्ड पर्सनल चाहिए? क्या सैलून ओनर खुद ये कर सकता है या कोई डेटा मैनेजमेंट पर्सन चाहिए?
See, I'm sure I will not say कि data management person नहीं चाहिए, because obviously my panel is sitting with me. उनकी expertise ही यही है. But a standalone salon, if they think that they cannot afford or take in a team, it is very easy these days. Earlier, people used to have a tough time understanding data collect कैसे किया जाए, technology के साथ कैसे काम किया जाए. But social media platforms have made it very easy for you. Now everyone can use Instagram and they can choose the demographics. मुझे मेरी ये ad इतने से इतने years की females को दिखानी है मेरे 5 kilometers area के radius में. So it is very easy these days to curate your own material, curate your own data, and then use technology to just make it viral. So standalones can do it by themselves also, but I'm sure if you take in the technical people who are really into it, obviously you have a lesser understanding. I'm not saying ki everything you can do by yourself. There are specialized people, I'm sure specialized people and software who are into it. And if you think you've scaled up to a level wherein you can take their help, I think उससे better कुछ नहीं हो सकता फिर.
हम अब तक जो भी डेटा एनालिसिस के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू कस्टमर्स. हाउ अबाउट योर इंटरनल मैनेजमेंट? डू दीज सॉफ्टवेयर्स हेल्प यू विद स्टाफ मैनेजमेंट आल्सो?
Staff management, I think the biggest thing that they help me with is staff attendance. Like the very small little thing that we used to just sit by, कौन कितने बजे आया, कौन क्या हुआ. Now I just sit by the end of the month I get my reports out. आप लेट आए, आप जल्दी गए, ये किया. So right from the very basic thing to the biggest of मेरा client मेरे पास कितनी देर से वापस नहीं आ रहा है. Probably I'll check their feedbacks. Like as soon as they're finished with their services, the software sends them an invoice. Along with that, they send them a link that give your feedback. Now these things really help me to see कि ये customer ने ये कराया था, इससे कराया था, and now they're not coming back to me. Could it be my fault? Could it be the person's fault? Or could it just be somebody else doing a better marketing than me?
Yeah.
So all these things would really help me internally, getting the customer a separate thing, but then using it for your own operational benefits. You can do a lot from it.
Great. Sunil, do you agree with this? Does your software help internal customers also?
Internal
As in employees, the staff.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, our software also has like we have the staff management, which is a standard feature in our software, where the salon owners can take care of their staff. Like there's attendance standard feature, as he said. Like so the staff can, as soon as they check in the salon, the timing and the note, like it's all in there in the software, which salon owners can check historically, like last month or last like year, and they can see also the pattern, like one particular staff member is coming late as a pattern. Then it's easy to figure it out because it's all graphical based. And the tips which customers are leaving, if it is all like paid like online payments and tips being left, so if one particular few particular staff members are getting paid the tips very well, in that case that's also a very good indicator that this particular staff member is really doing a good job and sticking to its time, because the appointment it's all appointment based scheduling, and customers are showing up at some certain time, and if the staff member are able to serve the customer within the time duration, that's also being checked in and checked out. So it's all tracked. So the salon owner, they can check that over a period of time. They can see the patterns and they can make a like a wise decision whether how the staff is managing their work, and are my customers getting good experience by some particular staff member. So it's all part of the software, and of course, there are enormous possibilities which we can go. Like feature set is what we have is huge, which we are working on. But yeah, analytics we can keep refining the summary out of it, and we can keep improving on these reports to the salons.
Absolutely. Once you have the relevant data, it's all about mining that data. So
I would
guys,
just like to
yes,
add on this.
yes, please.
So the biggest thing I think that has worked for me using this data is that I've given my all my staff members their own logins for the software. Obviously, they cannot see everything, but the things for them to see is मेरा इस month का इतना target था, मैंने अभी तक कितना achieve किया. So that's what they keep on checking day after day, and then every morning they'd come up and say मैं इतना short चल रहा हूँ, आज मुझे इतने का काम करना ही होगा. So ultimately the employees looking at themselves कि मेरा इतना target short चल रहा है, it definitely gives my salon an upscale. They start upselling, they start suggesting things which otherwise they would not have. So this is one thing that has really helped me in my salon.
That's great, and thank you for sharing your personal experience. So guys, software बहुत ज़रूरी है. Please ले लेना अपने salon के लिए. Before I throw the floor open for questions, one last thing from Vinay. Can you tell us some positive projections for the beauty industry? We could really do with some encouragement here.
We do a lot of research for this industry, and I don't have, to be honest, the numbers right now with me. But the way Indian beauty industry is growing, next 5 years we will see amazing growth in this industry. So yes, if we add these technologies and softwares into our business, it will certainly give growth.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, ma'am, you had a question. Mike.
So, guys, am I understanding it correct? Yuvraj is a salon owner?
Yes.
Okay. So you highly propagate the use of technology and software and data and everything. And Vinay, right?
Right.
Vinay, often I face this challenge that what Sunil does from the IT background and the software and the technology can't be integrated into that software. Is that correct?
No, I didn't get you. I'm sorry.
Supposing I'm using a particular software.
All right.
So when I ask them if they have this feature or not, or if they could be outsourced and then be integrated to that software, they said that is not possible with our software.
Well, it depends. Now, there are multiple softwares that are available in the market. Depending upon software, there are some softwares which have their own limitations. Am I understanding you correct?
No, my question is for Sunil.
Sunil, yeah, Sunil.
That supposing we are using any particular software, any XYZ, and they all have 100 features.
Okay.
Then if we want to add on or ask them, can this feature be integrated? They say no, this feature cannot be integrated with our software. So as a hairstylist, as a single salon owner, I feel very challenged. And to Yuvraj, I want to ask, if you hire a person to just keep giving, no matter what software you may take, but there has to be a person who's qualified to put the data in it. What is the minimum qualification that one should hire?
So where I come from, I get very few employees who are highly educated.
Exactly.
So I'm from a tier 2 city, and it's very difficult to find people who are willing to sit in front of a desktop.
Correct.
So we can't do this for the whole day.
Correct.
So I have curated my own software.
Okay.
Wherein the problem that you said कि ये नहीं हो सकता, ये नहीं हो सकता. So I get everything done because that's my property now. So I haven't taken a third party software.
Okay.
So it is as simple as I have made it so easy that it's like a multiple choice questions. You don't have to type anything.
Hmm.
So as soon as a customer walks in, you just do tick, 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 save. That's it. That's done. So it doesn't require you to hire somebody who has to sit. It can be done by a phone also.
Hmm.
So if you don't have a laptop or a desktop, you can just take your phone. It'll hardly take you. So that's what I worked on. It should not take you more than 20 seconds to put in all the information. So that's what I worked on, and I think it's very easy.
Yeah, I
Anyone
believe
can do
it,
it.
you don't
Another
require
thing I want to
somebody.
add here is कि हमारा जो software, like it's all depends like which software company you are working with. So if I talk about Salon, हमारा software is like multilingual. You can, it's English based, English, you can change the language to Hindi so that everyone can read Hindi, right? And then it's all tile based. It's just as was told, like it's all tick tick based, like all tiles. You click on few tiles and that you don't have to type anything. All the services are already there, which you set up as a owner, right? And all your staff has to do is like just click on those tiles and then create the bill and create like done with
No,
the
no,
same.
all that
That's
I'm
all
doing.
is
I'm
good.
doing all that.
So now for coming to the feature set, so now our software and even modern software, any modern software will have open framework. What it means is like it will have ability to be like it can be easily integrated with lots of other open framework softwares around the world. For example, हम लोगों का software is like one part of our software is B2B where we are selling products to salons like yourself, right? So हम लोग को we also integrated with ShipRocket, we also integrated with BNPL and different third-party companies so that overall workflows are very smooth and streamlined. We don't have to go out of this software to let's say ship the package to to your doorstep. From the one software, we directly ship it using the ShipRocket so that it reaches to you.
I'll just take a second more. In the previous panel, Mr. Sachin from Enrich said a very good thing about customer satisfaction and why will he not let a complaint come.
Yes.
They've set up a process where, the client before walking out, you ensure that the client will not complain. Similarly, at the time of checking out, if there was a simple thing, I've only seen it at Decathlon. How was your experience? Average, happy, net. I asked several companies, do you have any such thing? No, ma'am, it cannot be integrated with your current software.
It's very
And
easy
to
integration.
Vinay, you said small standalone salons cannot. What is the minimum turnover you look out for your company where your companies can use your services?
Okay. Now, well, it depends what kind of services are we taking. Like we offer end-to-end research services starting from designing of the entire research based on what problems a business is facing, goes up to analysis, reporting, and presenting a solutioning. But that depends. Like our average ticket value is 20 lakhs.
The salon should do 20 lakhs?
No way. I don't think so. It is good for the big brands. For the salons, there are different solutioning that is available.
Correct.
Salons should not go for such expensive things because they don't require it. Such kind of information is required by the bigger brands, where they have their presence in multiple countries, and they can provide the, it has a lot of research techniques involved. Now, for the standalone salons, there are multiple solutions that are available, which are very cost effective and give amazing results. Something like using different softwares, using CRM tools, AI solutionings, go to customer experience, feedback, so on and so forth. So if you need some support or help, I can certainly advise you that these are the things that you can do on your own using these tools, and it'll be beneficial for you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sunil will be available at his booth for Salon, so you can take further questions up there. Thank you, panelists, for this really insightful session. I'm sure you have given great advice to our audience here. I would request you to step forward for a photo opportunity.